I'm just at the end of my 6 weeks of being pregnant. There's been a bit of a gap between this and my last video. I think because, I don't know about you, but I'm really happy. But that secrecy thing, and you start to get little worries about how it'll work out. But more that just when week 6 happened, so I did quite a lot of fatigue, just feeling quite tired and having to take naps. But also it's been quite hot this week. My daughter's had a sports day and birthday parties and a big school trip and a summer fair, and I've been quite busy at work, so trying to juggle all those things. Sometimes, well, I suppose I've had to accept that I can't do quite as much at the same pace as I did before, so having to make sure that I eat small amounts regularly and I stay well hydrated so I don't get too nauseous, but also resting so the fatigue doesn't get too bad, so trying to get to bed a bit earlier, having a bit less screen time as well to help me wind down. I'm sitting on the floor of my sitting room, been doing my pregnancy yoga, which has been really, really helpful just in terms of calming and doing the relaxation, and the Catherine Graves hypnobirthing. I think that really helps me get in a very calm headspace so that when things do happen I don't panic quite so much. I told a couple of friends who I'm really, really close with, mainly because I had got into situations at school where I'd normally be helping with like lifting stuff, but also we went on a school trip, there was lots of sheep which obviously is you probably know, like you have to be really, really careful with washing your hands and you can't touch them, and it's like the cat poo thing. But they were really happy for me, but I was like, please, please, please don't tell anybody, because my main thing is that Ava doesn't know yet. So I want it to be a lovely thing when she finds out. It was funny because I'm taking my Pregnacare tablets, and at breakfast a couple of mornings ago she saw them and she picked it up and she read the box and she said, Mummy, these are for like pregnant people. And I was like, oh well, sometimes if you're thinking that you might have another baby, you start taking these tablets just to help you prepare. And she was like, oh, it'd be really nice to have a brother or a sister. So fingers crossed when we do tell her, she still feels that way. What was really nice is I went swimming with a friend this week, which we're definitely going to do again next week, and I'll keep up in the second trimester and go with her like one morning a week, which is really lovely and relaxing. We went to sort of about 10:30, which is a really lovely time because it was mainly like older ladies and lots of pregnant women swimming in the pool that time, which made it a really calm environment. There wasn't kind of like lots of splashing and very, very fast swimmers going up and down the lanes. So I really enjoyed that. I found swimming really helpful in my first pregnancy, and hoping again, it's really good exercise. I forgot how much cardio it is actually. Like I was like, oh, having to do my breath like going up and down the lane, but really enjoyed it. I felt really stretched out and relaxed and kind of calm afterwards. Have had a few bad waves of nausea. I haven't actually been sick yet, and I can't remember with Ava when I did start being sick. I think it was week 7 or 8, so we'll see. Could be different, might not be sick with this one, but I've had to say to my husband that I need to eat dinner by a certain time, because we had one night where he was cooking and he'd gone out and he'd come home late, and I was literally shoving crackers in my mouth trying to like fight the nausea while I was waiting for him to serve up dinner. So I sort of said to him, if you're going to be late home, I think I'll eat with Ava when I make her tea when she comes home from school. And he said that's fine. It's probably like the most sensible thing to do. Also, to have like a good gap between my last meal and my breakfast, so my tummy's not too overcrowded. But I've definitely had a few moments where I've had to get Carr's water crackers or ginger nut biscuits and just shove them in my mouth, which sounds awful, but do you know what it's like when you suddenly get that nausea feeling? Also had to start carrying some sparkling water around, because for some reason I find it really hard this week to find ginger ale, and I don't know why. All I could find was diet, and I don't really like drinking diet drinks, so I'll have to try and track down that a bit more regularly. But actually the sparkling water and tonic water did work quite well. I went to an author's event where I just drank lime and soda all night and nobody noticed, and they're not like the mums at school who are very, they're all mums, so they know. So I've had a few people give me, my boobs have gone quite big, you know, just notice things and say things, and you're just like, I'm not very good at lying. So probably just say nothing is my best tactic. I'm quite looking forward to the end of term, which is in 2 weeks, where I can just have a bit of time, and then when we go back to school, hopefully all being well, I'll be, you know, 14, 15 weeks. So hopefully I'll be able to tell people, and Ava will be able to tell people, and be a bit more relaxed about it all. Um, yeah, and it's so strange, like this tiredness. I don't know if anyone else is in the same early stages of pregnancy. Like, I forgot how you just get those absolute waves of just being quite tired. But when that's happened, I've just kind of been like quite kind to myself. I'm a really organised person, and I have had a few like baby brain memory lapses already. And I remember when I was pregnant with Ava, I actually left my work bag, my laptop case, on a train platform, and it was horrendous, and it did get returned to me. This time what I'd forgotten was she was in a big ballet show, and I forgot her ballet shoes. My husband had to go back to the house and get them. And I was walking along the next morning on the way to school, and I said to her, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot your ballet shoes." And she said to me, "It's all right, mummy, because you're nearly always perfect." And I was like, "No, I'm not." And she said, "You are, you're perfect to me." And that just made me feel like, you know, I might be feeling pressure to kind of step things up and keep things going as they always did. But actually, I think she kind of, sometimes we just need a slightly gentler pace. And as all the after school clubs start winding down, she's just like coming home and playing with her Lego and having a bit more time in the garden and just kind of like relaxing a bit more, which really suits me. Oh, my cat, excuse me, my cat's like trying to get into my organic farm box over there that's ready for the recycling. Sorry about that noise. So that's probably a good time to finish up. So hopefully when I talk to you next, I'll be tipping into 8 weeks, and I'll have had my first GP visit, and then I've got my midwife booking appointment and scan coming up. So fingers crossed that you'll